Hi, my name's Mike Manson and I'm a sales representative here at Simon Lucas Mitsubishi on the North Shore. Today we are going to take the fantastic new Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross out for a test drive. I'm also going to run through a couple of really good features, specifications and safety that this car's got to offer. And the experience I'm going to show you now is what you can expect when you come to visit us here at Simon Lucas on the North Shore. Firstly, I want to show you that this car works on a smart key system. The beauty about this is the key can be in my handbag, my pocket, but at any given stage, it works on proximity. So we've got to be 70 centimeters from the car. If I'm standing here, we know the car's locked because my side mirrors are in. Keys are in my pocket. If I push here, we know the car's open because those side mirrors come out. We know the car's locked because your side mirrors come in. The other great thing is you might be driving and accidentally the keys fall out your pocket or out the handbag. The beauty is, if I actually leave the keys inside the car here and I try and lock it now, it will not lock. So come on, jump on in, let's go for a drive. Right, now that we're inside the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, the first thing you'll notice as a passenger or a driver is how comfortable this vehicle is. Its space configuration from front to back, as well as the head height, and the layout that the driver's got sitting in the front of the vehicle. The important thing when you're doing a drive, like myself, I mean, you know, we're all into technology, would be basically, first thing I want to do is ensure that my phone's linked up. Now, this is keyless start, as I showed you outside, push button start. So what I'm going to do is put my foot on the brake and push the old start button here, and she's all started up. I run an iPhone, so our CarPlay system here will work either on an Android or an iPhone. I'm going to take my cable, my charge cable. All I'm going to do is connect it into the USB port. And what will happen is a little screen will arrive here and we just push agree. And my home base comes into play here. My CarPlay arrives. I push there, unlock my phone, and there's my system. Okay. Which just reminds me, I need to do something quickly on CarPlay. Sorry about this. Send Cara Manson a message.
What do you want to say?
I love you and have a good flight to Fiji. Love, Dad.
Your message to Cara Manson says, I love you and have a good flight to Fiji. Love, Dad. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send it.
Fantastic. Now that's out the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put my phone down here. It's a nice designed spot for it. Okay, it's a bit untidy. It's not working too well, is it? You're going to have to cut this somewhere. Oh, my daughter sent me a message back. Sorry, I just need to hear this quickly.
Cara said, see you soon XX. Want to reply?
No.
Okay.
Right, we're in a very busy car yard here. Okay, so safety is key for us. So seat belts buckled up. The first thing, because I've got cars all around me, is I'm going to show you how we can use our multi-around camera that's situated in the car. This car, the VRX model, has got a forward camera, forward sensors, and an aerial view of the car. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration of exactly how that works. I'm going to take my car, pop it down into drive, and on the steering wheel here, we've got a little picture of a camera. If I push the camera now, you can see that we've got an aerial view of the car, our forward camera, and it's also got forward sensors. If I'm turning my steering wheel to the left, you can see the yellow lines will give you the trajectory of the car. I know my wheels are dead straight now because there's no yellow line. And as I turn to the right, we've got exactly the same feel. Right, let's go. So just to demonstrate how this works, is if I'm driving here, and for example, in front of us over here, we've got another vehicle. We can see as I'm approaching it, my sensors are going, telling me I'm getting very close. If I carry on going, it flatlines. It's telling you, back up, you're not going to make the turn. I put the car into reverse. The beauty is I've now got the same camera system behind me. Put it into a turn, and off we go. Now when you get to a certain speed, the camera will cut out automatically. But I'm just going to push it here, get rid of the camera, and just keep it on my main screen, which is CarPlay. The next thing I'm going to demonstrate to you, which is a really good thing, is hill start assist. One of the biggest problems we've got these days is traffic, congestion, shopping trolleys, kids running all over the place, and roadworks. So the important thing is every single time in traffic, especially on a steep hill, you'd stop the car, and what would happen is you'd be brake, handbrake, accelerate, handbrake. This car is phenomenal. All I'm going to do is I'm going to push the auto hold button down here. Little orange light comes on and it's now activated. And I'm going to show you exactly how this works in everyday driving conditions. So we're pretty lucky here at Simon Lucas because part of our demo, I've got a very steep hill at the back of our dealership. So what I'm going to do is nip my way through here. We're going to come around here. Now in this particular case, if I am in a shopping center, I'll just push my camera if I am worried, and straight away we can actually see us, giving me exactly how we're driving and what my ratio is between cars on my left and right. So I can see there, it's very clear and good to make a turn. But what we'll do actually, before we do the hill start, I'm going to back the car up, because one problem we've got in shopping malls is how do you know if you're parking dead straight or parallel? I've got my car in reverse now, it's activated my camera. I'll now start coming backwards. Still use your eyes and your ears. And this technology here is just going to guide you to do the perfect parking. So as I'm backing up now, the first thing we can notice, if I'm looking in my side mirrors, there's certain blind spots, certain things I can't pick up. But here I've got a beautiful aerial view of the vehicle. I can see my two white lines, my parking bay situated right there. As I'm backing up now, it's telling me that I'm coming in perfectly straight. Now it's interesting, I don't know if you can just turn the camera and look to the back there, but you probably can see that that car behind us is hardly visible, right? So what I'm going to do is 9 out of 10 times in this situation, somebody would move forward. I'm going to carry on backing up. We can hear the sensors going, and now it flatlines. The interesting thing is, believe it or not, I can actually get out the car, I'll still be able to open my boot, put my groceries in and leave. Nice thing, because we're on a hill, I don't even worry about the handbrake here. I can actually go from the brake onto the accelerator without the car rolling back. Right, this is this hill I was telling you about. Now, normally what happens of any automatic on a steep hill, and I'm going to actually do a demo to show you what happens with an auto. If I deactivate my auto hold, which I'll take off now, the experience that we will have on a hill is follows. All cars today have different or different makes would either have a foot brake or a hand brake or an electronic hand brake. Normally what happens on a very steep hill, we'll approach it like this, and we would have this experience of rollback, and you'd be going for the handbrake. However, what I'm going to do here is put the car in reverse, and I'm going to activate our auto hold button. So by one push, we get the orange light on, it tells me it's activated. I now put the car into drive. I'm going to do the same hill, and what happens is now, it's a nice steep hill, I put my foot on the brake. It might be a traffic scenario on a hill, stop, start, stop, start. I'm going to take my foot off the brake now, and there we go, the car's holding in place. As the traffic starts moving forward slowly, I hit my accelerator, and off we go, no rollback. And this traffic stops again, I push my foot on the brake, no rollback, and off we go. The other thing you'll notice is that this car's got a phenomenal turning lock. So if I'm coming up here and I'm going to do a sharp left turn, I'm going to use two fingers on my steering wheel just to show you how easy it is, but I'm just coming around with 2 fingers, great ease. Wow, look at that, fantastic. Okay, Now, before we hit the road, I just want to explain a little bit more about the motor vehicle. The Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross runs on a 1.5 turbo. So this car has got phenomenal pickup. So if you're worried about a 1500, be worried, but the fact turbo is behind it, we'll see what we're going to experience on the road. The other thing you'll notice on our drive is how exceptionally quiet this motor car is. Now the things I want to really explain to you on this test drive are going to be the following. I'm going to run through a couple of things with you. The first thing I'm going to run through is our adaptive cruise control. In this car we've got a series of lasers that are situated up here. Those lasers are your eyes and ears, and basically what we'll do is when I activate the adaptive cruise control, I'm going to set the car to 100 kilometers per hour. I'm going to take my foot off the accelerator and I'm going to let the car do what it's meant to do. And you'll notice that if the car in front of me slows down to 80 or 60, this car's automatically going to slow down to 80 or 60. As soon as I put my indicator on to pass, it's going to accelerate up to 100 kilometers an hour, which is where I'm going to set it to. The other great thing with a car like this, which we'll demonstrate after the drive, is we've got things like forward collision mitigation. Okay, so let's say you're driving and the differential between you and the car in front of you is 30 kilometers per hour, and for whatever reason you take your eye off the road. If the car in front of you hits brakes, this car is going to warn you, brake, brake, brake. And if you don't brake or your reaction time is not quick enough, the car is going to brake for you, preventing you from driving into the back of somebody else. The other thing I just got is pedestrian mitigation. So let's say you're doing a school run, and you know what kids are like, and a child just runs in front of the car. The car is going to warn you to brake, it's picked the pedestrian up, and if you don't brake, it's going to do exactly the same thing. It's going to brake for you. And the other thing we're going to cover, which is probably a big thing these days, where you're going to shopping malls or backing out of your own driveway at home, the roads are busy. The thing is, there's always blind spots. You might be on a bend and you can't see cars coming behind you. I'm going to do a demonstration that is going to actually show you what the car will do with rear traffic alert. So before we hit the road, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little turn in our yard here, and I'm going to back onto a very busy road. And what I want you to notice is when the car picks up the traffic coming around the corner, you're going to see here rear traffic alert, which is a phenomenal safety feature with this vehicle. So let's move forward here. And I'm going to come in here and do a nice turn. So in this scenario, you might be in a shopping center, backing out of a parking bay. You might be backing out of your house, or just a busy road. Still use your eyes and ears, because this is just a demo. And as I'm backing up now, if you actually have a look over here, I'm basically backing onto Target Road, which is a very, very busy road here on the North Shore. But you can actually see here it's saying attention, rear traffic, cross traffic, which I'm picking up right here. So you can see right now there's no cars coming around the corner. We'll just be a little bit patient and we'll wait for these cars to start coming. So as soon as somebody comes now, there we go, and I put the car in reverse. You can hear the beeping, and I'm being told there's rear traffic coming, don't go. It's telling me it's not safe, so just rely on the technology. Right, off we go. So we're going to do a little run on the motorway. And the things I want you to pick up on this test drive is firstly how quiet the car is. Secondly, the camera is going to be doing a lot of work in and out the car just to notice how visible things are. I'm not finding it too easy talking and driving, but I'm giving it my best shot. Right, and off we go. Indicators. Right. Comfort, phenomenal. I can actually feel driving this car already. I could probably do a long trip right down to the South Island, get out and still feel like $1 million. The other problem that we've got, and I'll do a little demonstration with you earlier on, but all these cars today, and we'll sell in New Zealand, but all these cars today have really got beautiful alloys. Now this car's got 18-inch alloys, and I'm going to show you a little trick when it comes to backing up, how we don't scuff our alloys. The other nice thing you can notice here, it's got an 8-speed box, But let's say, for example, I'm coming up the hill here and I feel like I just want more power, or you like driving manual cars. Why not use your pedals? You can see on the left here, I've got a pedal with a minus on. On the right, I've got a pedal with a plus. So if I pull the left pedal, it's telling me I'm in fourth, third, second. I accelerate through because it's safe, and now I want to gear up, pull the right pedal. Second, third, fourth, and so we go, fifth. To go back to normal drive, all you're going to do is hold the right pedal in for 2 seconds, 1, 2, and we're back to normal drive. Easy as that. Oh, the other nice thing is, I mean, it's a beautiful day today, but I think one of the beauties about the VRX model here, and the XLS, it comes with rain sensors and light sensors. So I think at any given stage, irrespective of what the weather's doing, put your headlights onto auto and put your windshield wipers onto auto. That just means if it starts raining, your wipers will automatically come on and work with the amount of water hitting the windshield. And if you, for example, maybe going north, might be a hot day, but you're driving through the tunnel or going to the airport, the beauty is your headlights automatically come on. It's got daytime running lights on at the moment, so I'm not too worried about visibility, because I think all oncoming traffic is going to notice this car straight away. Not just because of daytime running lights, but also its beautiful bold looks. Right. You heard the brake there. So a little demonstration quickly. That's forward collision mitigation coming in. A couple of cars parked on the left-hand side. The car was picking it up immediately. So in this situation, if I didn't brake for whatever reason, this car would have actually done it for me. Right, let's go through the roundabout. Right. So what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm just going to pull over to the left quickly. Now, I was talking about those alloys earlier on, or parallel park, everybody's nightmare. Beauty about parallel parking now, done with ease. Number one, we've got the camera, we've got the no rollback on the car. If I put the car into reverse, basically I can see the aerial view of the car right there. However, the pavement's not close enough, or the curb. If I push the camera again, wow, look at that. I can now see my green line there. I can now back up beautifully. Straighten the vehicle up. Right, do me a favor, just open the door there and pop that camera outside and look at that for clearance. Is that good? Fantastic. Right, the other thing is, I mean, if you've got kids, or it might be an overcast day, and I'm just going to demonstrate this now. It is a very hot day today, but the beauty here is I've actually got a rear sunroof which is opening there in the VRX model. I've also got a front sunroof, and I'll give you a little tip for very, very hot days. If you're at a shopping center, you know there's no rain coming, just tap this here. Your sunroof opens all the way to the back, or we can just tilt it, which is a good thing because all the hot air will escape out through the car. But I'm going to keep everything closed for this demonstration. So yeah, nothing wrong having two sunroofs in a car, and you can choose to keep it open or closed. Right, now I'm going to show you the fun part. We're going to go into the motorway, exciting car to drive. So what we're going to do is we are going to test the adaptive cruise control. Now, adaptive cruise control, it really is how it works, and that's what I want to demonstrate. It's one thing saying it, but it's going to be another thing for you to experience this while you're sitting at home right now, because I'm going to talk you through the whole process. Right, so we're heading down to Constellation. I'm going to do a little stint towards Greenheath on the motorway. It's an 80k zone, and then it's going to open up to 100. But I'll show you exactly how it works. The other thing I'm noticing when I'm driving this is I've got beautiful big side mirrors, so my visibility is incredible. If I'm looking in my rear view mirror, I've actually got that boot is split with glass, so I've actually got a really phenomenal view at the back. Incredible view. And I'm feeling comfortable, I'm feeling good. The other thing I'm noticing here is just the air conditioning. This car's got dual climate control. So at the moment I've got onto a low setting, so on a hot day like today, it's incredible. And it's not noisy either. The other nice thing, I'm going to do this on the move, but we're all built in different ways and structures and forms. but somebody might have long legs, short arms. The beauty about this car is we've got telescopic steering. So if you have a look here, I'm going to pop that lever down, and this steering wheel I can move in, out, up and down. So I can get it really set to where I want it. Yep, that's spot on, perfect. Okay. What I want to do is make sure, the other thing I think I better show you before I try the adaptive cruise control is some of us these days like the futuristic thing, or we just like to see what's ahead of us on the road and what our clocks are doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my heads-up display. So as you can see right now, it's down here, but I'm going to push a little button over here, and look at that, my heads-up display is coming up. God, I feel like an aircraft pilot, you know. I've got all my, I've got everything happening directly in front of me here, so I can actually see the speed I'm doing, which is situated right in front of me. Now, adaptive cruise control, what I'm going to do here, on my setting here, just like any normal car, I'm going to push my cruise control button, which is this one here. It gives me 3 settings, close, near and far. So I'm going to take it to the mid one. I'm now going to accelerate my car. I'm just going to take it to 80k, that's what the limit is here, but I'm going to tap it down, set, take my foot off the accelerator, and as I'm pushing up, I'm increasing my speed. So I've set the car to 95. See in front of us here? Have a look there. My foot's off the brake. Can you see this? Film here quickly. Foot's off the brake. Car's now slowing down. I'm set to 95. The car in front of me now, I can tell you right now, is doing 60 kilometers per hour. I'm not touching anything. Now, normal cruise control, in this case, I would have been on the brake and the accelerator. Now, you can feel the car accelerating by itself because it's picking up that the car in front of us is picking up pace, and so is this car, and it's holding its distance beautifully. I feel it's safe now to set it to 100, so what I'm going to do is now I'm set to 100 kilometers per hour. All right? My foot's off the accelerator, my foot's off the brake, and off we go. It's picking up the car in front of me once again, and you can actually feel it slowing down. And this is on the mid setting, so I find the mid setting a very good safe setting to deal with all the time. And what's making this happen is these lasers that are situated at the top here. Whoa, look at that, glowing orange. It's telling me there's cars coming in my blind spot. See that? So it's letting me know, don't overtake. There's something in your blind spot that you're not picking up. I put my indicator on to pass now, it's safe. And we can actually feel the car accelerating up to 100 kilometers per hour again. And I'll show you a quick scary one just to show you how good this is. So here's a car on my left, safe on my left. I'm quickly going to come to the left. I'm not touching anything. Can you feel it slowing down? Phenomenal. So what I've done now is I've adapted my lane departure warning. It's very sensitive, but it will work if the car, if it feels if I'm not in control of the car at all. Now, for example, if I do a sharp turn like that, I'm pretty much in control. But if I start drifting, yeah, that lane departure warning beeping coming on, it's telling me lane departure, it's just telling me I'm drifting off the road slightly. So the car's letting me know exactly what's happening. Okay, so just to run through that again, if I'm turning my steering wheel and the car feels I'm in control, and by the way, I haven't been driving at all, I'm steering, but the car has been following the traffic in front of me, holding my distance beautifully. But he has a solid white line. Can you see this on the motorway? Right, so as I'm coming in slightly to the left, there we go, lane departure warning. It's blinking all in front of me here and on my heads-up display, telling me I'm drifting off the road. Now the other thing is, I'm gonna be a bit naughty here, but we're coasting at about 80 kilometers an hour because of the car in front of us. And I'll just show you, even on a hill, this car, and I'm going to deactivate the adaptive cruise control now, so it's off, I'm now in control. But what I want to show you is that this car, when it comes to overtaking and you need that power, it's still got it. So I put my indicator on and I boot it. Wow. You know, feel that turbo coming in, very smooth and exceptionally quiet. So yeah, I've utmost confidence that overtaking in this car can be done with utmost ease. My lane departure light was flicking there on my left hand side, now just telling me, you know, it's safe. What else am I noticing when I drive this car? Well, one of the things is, I mean, if I was driving now to lean over here all the time, I'm really being distracted from the road. This is how we've got our touchpad command. So if you look down here, This is the latest thing to come out now. So if I push my home base, have a look up there, it's giving me all my different displays. If I scroll to the right here, you can actually see what's happening on the main screen there. And let's say I want to access my CarPlay again. I tap down and there's my CarPlay. And all of this is actually happening directly from the CarPlay system. The other thing is audio. I've got an audio button down here. I don't have to lean up there. I push the audio button. There's my radio. And let's just have a quick see, because you've got your modes, you've got FM. So if I want to scroll down, I can find my stations moving back or moving forward. Right, how easy is that? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this off ramp here, Hobsonville Point. We're going to turn back on towards the motorway, back towards the dealership. I think what I should maybe also do is just, I'm trying to follow all the safety features this car's got and its comfort levels. And so far I can tell you it's done exactly what it's meant to do and what Mitsubishi says it's going to do. It's exceptionally quiet to drive. I really do like the heads-up display because I can actually see I'm doing 89, 80. It's visible right in front of me and I don't have to be looking down at my main clocks all the time. Indicator right. Okay, the other thing I'm also noticing, beautiful big windows. So actually from a visibility point of view, to see if there's traffic coming from the left or right, I feel very confident, very safe, good visibility all around. I think these are really important things today when it comes to driving. The one thing I am noticing about this car, it's a really, really good driver's experience. The market today or a lot of our inquiry is coming in looking at very fuel efficient motos that are going to do what they need them to do. One of the beauties about this car is we've got a little button here called Eco Mode. If I push the Eco Mode button, it's going to regulate two elements of this car. Firstly, the motor, and secondly, our dual climate control system. And I could feel a slight change there on the drive. What it's doing, it's overriding the way I drive, but it's just calculating and driving in a more fuel efficient way. So it's great to have that kind of technology. And I think Eco Mode in your everyday driving scenario is probably the way to go. And if I deactivate it there, yeah, I can feel a change. It's slight, but it's not taking the fun out of the drive. Right, there we have it. An enjoyable test drive in a phenomenal car. The proof's in the pudding. I'm inviting you to come in and test drive this phenomenal car here at Simon Lucas Mitsubishi on the North Shore.